बेटा बहुत हो गया इंट्रो है गजल नहीं चल बे बंद कर क्या कर
Christopher Henry Gale get going. Not a big crowd in, but I want to see this crowd get noisy here and be entertained. Here we go. Match 5.
Running.
Down to fine leg, who has some work to do. Zulfikar Baba.
Got a chuckle from up.
Running.
A little bit of in-swing. And that, when I first saw him, talked about Safraz Ahmed there, Cheteshwar Pujara was playing for India at that time, India Pakistan final. India got bowled out for just over 100. A little bit of in-swing again from close to the stumps. Excellent bowling so far from Anwar.
Running.
Nice, really good start from Anwar Ali.
Yeah, nothing outrageous. Stop-ish.
Nice, down the line, that one. Oh, nice variation. Can't say the same about the fielding. Oh, could it. Lights went up. I think he's dropped it.
Oh, have to come upstairs. He was late to get going. And Alim Dar is here in Dubai, and he wants to go upstairs for the review. He was late to get the slide down, was Chris Gale, but I think possibly the throw as well. Does he drop it? Oops, yeah, no. Lost composure, lost the ball. He would have been out by miles, Chris Gale. So a misjudgment from Dark and Stormy, but it doesn't cost him because Anwar Ali couldn't gather the ball. So Qatar Airways' decision is green. You're good to go, Chris.
I think it's one of the areas I don't see practiced a lot at training is the bowlers getting to the stumps and taking those for the run-outs. But how many times does it happen in a game?
Running. Last one.
Ball that again. There was a time that it became an important part of the routine because of the influence of limited overs cricket, whether it's T20 in the early days or 50 over cricket. Became part of the routine at practice sessions, even as far back as when we were playing. Got to get to the stumps. Look at where the ball's gone. Get to the stumps.
Yeah, I remember coaches yelling, particularly first-class level. And yeah, those open wicket practices, and that was part of the drill. Guys firing in balls for that exact drill and skill to be enhanced. First one done, it's 5 for none.
Go break. Pakistan will taking a minute for it.
One thing he doesn't lack is pace. Sussex bowler, Brisbane Heat bowler.
I think Danny Morrison's name just went into the black book.
Wouldn't be the first time, would it, Danny?
00. He's going to relish this, Mills.
It means we'll get a little bit of extra pace through, which Mills will certainly enjoy.
And Ian Bishop as well up here.
That slick cordon for the quickie. Good over so far. Hit the bat, rushed onto the bat. That nice sound at 6 without loss after 2.
Running.
I think I'd get another slip in here, big time, because Anwar Ali has got that shape going well. Yeah, big movement, you'll see from Anwar Ali's first over that Ian Bishop was on about. Closing down the angles rather nicely. Yeah, that was a wide, but still. And there's the one that was the variation that went away. So Sarfraz has decided to only go with the one slip. Would love to see him be a bit more proactive here, be positive about things, get another slip in there. Let's get rid of the big fish. Good players, Nick, good deliveries.
Hit it well enough with that big bat. It was time to tee off, having had 2 quiet overs. Gale at his best.
Boom. Well, that wasn't a nick. That is just a little chip for the big man. I reckon he got all of this. No, that's a thicker outside of the half of the blade. Still goes all the way.
Like his approach, Chris Gale, a little shimmy down the pitch too, trying to get to the pitch of the ball, taking away that movement across the left-hander. It's really a slip and a half in play. Quetta sort of hedging their bets there with that catching position.
I've just been told that Chris Gale's hit 719 of those maximums. In this form of the game, of course. Yeah, a lot of us have been fortunate enough to go to different parts of the world to watch this man in this form kick loose and smash it to all parts in 2020 cricket. We'll never forget that 175 in Bengaluru at the Chinnaswamy a couple of years ago. Smoked it to all parts.
It was tough commentating on it because you had to find numerous ways to describe a boundary, and you just ran out of descriptions after a while. Should just be 1.
Yeah, going to get confirmation here from Nazar, our stats guru. I reckon it was about 17 maximums that day, Bish, at 175. He's going to hunt that out. Meantime, here in 2017, Pepsi Catch a Craw, sharing the winnings. Bring along your catching hands. He's having another chat. Shazad. Stop moaning, boy. Get on with the game.
Nice and lofted. It's a nice quick hands, doesn't he?
Well, I thought he got caught out of position to start with, but the speed of his hands through the ball was fantastic. Full straight line delivery, didn't try and overhit it. Just knew he had to clear the inner field, and when you time it that well, it's always going to go all the way.
The other thing it underlines for me is that you don't have to rush and go crazy in the first 2 overs of 2020. Have a look, have a sight up. Get the feel, the pace of the pitch, and who's bowling at you.
I'll mention that to Brendan McCullum when next I see him. 18 without loss after 3.
Go break.
If only. Gladiators.
I remember a few batsmen back in the 80s and 90s with all that gear on, Bish, facing you. Needed every ounce of padding. Mills again.
Running.
Oh, good hands from the batsman. That still goes for 4. We talked about bat speed. Totally a length back, I say.
Wow. It's a half volley, but it slid on nicely, that pace and that wrist work to the subcontinent, as we all know and appreciate. Great stuff. Well, how's your hands feeling?
Top 5 in T20 of the quickest hands, the quickest bat speeds in this format of game. I've got 2. I've got Brendan McCullum and Chris Lynn in there. You guys give me 2 more. He's pulled his length back, but he's managed to work that backward of square, and Zulfikar Baba does well.
Oh, Zulfi, the size 11s. Yeah, Amir liked it. He's yes, not that young anymore, no spring chicken, but he's got the sprinting shoes on tonight.
So you're looking for the 2 more, at least 3 more batters in the top order with the quickest hands through the ball.
Visiting cricketIF.com. Through the line again, hasn't middled it, but he still gets 4. That is tremendous.
Well, the second over, Mills' second over, just 1 run coming from it. Then all of a sudden, they've followed it up with runs galore. Hit it at the top of the rise, too. All Mills can do is to stand and watch.
Running.
Oh, nutmeg. Well played, Christopher. Straight up. Brilliant. He wants it himself. Mills. Cotton bowled. Has the last laugh. Gets his man. Comes round the wicket. Changes it up. Smart thinking from Mills. Takes the high fives from his teammates. And the big smile is back from the big lefty out of the UK. And Shazab Hassan for 19. His little cameo comes to an end. First one down for the Kings, 28 for 1.
Azam is the new batsman. He only got 1 yesterday.
And he only got 1 because Ian Bishop. Great change of pace, really well bowled. Got a little bit of tap early in his over, 4, 2 and 4 from the first 3 deliveries. And then fought back well. Yeah, he's happy with that.
Tell you why I like that slow ball in a moment. Yeah, nice pulling back of the length. Man in close, good attacking intent. What I like about the slow ball was the length. It's okay just bowling a slow ball. If it's too full, you can just get smacked down the ground. But look at the length of it. And the width, just full enough to encourage him to go for the slash. And he had to adjust and he couldn't. Brilliant bowling by Mills.
Last ball.
Classic stuff. Fast man, new ball bowler, but you've got to have a repertoire of slower deliveries, change of angle. And he bowls a beauty from out of the back of the hand as Mills, often with the seam up. Gale on strike. Here's another slow one.
That's you.
Gale equal to it. 4 done, it's 30 for 1.
favourites of that section of the crowd. Quetta Gladiators.
50.
Ranjan, best team of the PSL. Quetta Gladiators, best of luck. And they won yesterday. Will they be challenged today? Section 134 loves them. Just Anjan. And again, rewind the victory, they say. Rewind the victory. Can they rewind the victory? Beat them twice last year, Quetta Gladiators did, over the Karachi Kings.
Here's Bubba.
Running.
Looking forward to this. Oh, catch those, Zulfi. Well, minus a digit or two. Little clip down the ground. That's all it was. Wow.
We'd call this short hands in Australia. Oh, line 1-0. Oh, probably best not to. I've got to bowl another 4 overs. Yeah.
He has definitely taken the hands out of the way there, Zulfikar. Yeah, good numbers these. The flight right, pace right. So many caught and bowls from Zulfikar over the years.
Bish, you know Chris Gale quite well. I'm interested in his approach when he hasn't scored runs in a game. Does he just put it aside? Does he stew on it a little bit? Does he change things up much?
I think early in the tournament, I think he's strong enough, he's had enough reps over his career to trust himself to back his process of taking a couple of overs to get himself in.
Away with that. HBL drone just hovering, sneaking around this great stadium. Wonderful vista because of the drone cam.
Running.
Yes, buddy. One ball. Coming, boys. Come on, boys.
Running.
Yourself.
Last one.
Couple of watchful deliveries, isn't it? As Baba comes out to the middle, one of the top 4 that fell, 4 for 12 in their first game.
Running. Last one.
Only one. Tisara, come.
That's the over.
So 4 off the 5th, 34 for 1.
Go break. Back in 10.
You get some fabulous pictures through this HBL drone. Different angles being exposed. It is pretty chilly out there. Cold breeze blowing in, so some of the cameramen high up in there alongside the ceiling would be feeling the pinch. He's a good player, very stylish, very well balanced at the crease, Babar Azam. But still to make his presence felt in T20 cricket.
Certainly arrived at one-day international level. Views in Pakistan, cricketgateway.com and PSL T20.com. International viewers, cricketgateway.com as well. Babar Azam already has 4 international ODI centuries. But yes, maybe this format you need to hit the ground running and hit those big shots. Haven't seen that as yet.
Running.
Well, the chef is there also to feed Wilco.
4/3. Running.
Soft dismissal. And done by variation. Pereira is a smart cookie. And Chris Gale could never get going. He was looking rusty, looking just a little bit hesitant, circumspect. And it was Pereira who had the better of him in his follow-through, taking a nice little catch. He's gone for 10, and it's 35 for 10.
She's fixated.
Back at 10.
Leg stump. 2 legs, please.
5,
Just
4,
away.
3, 2,
2 legs.
1. Runs back. Here comes.
2 down as the captain walks in, marking his guard, Kumar Sangakkara, and that's a bit of an issue for Karachi Kings. Gale is not firing, he's looking a little rusty. Kumar Sangakkara not amongst runs, bats at number 4, which is a critical position.
Well, he'll know a lot about the bowler, Mr. Pereira, but this is Chris Gale with his feet stuck in cement. He hasn't gone anywhere, has he, Baz?
Just a little cutter. The ball didn't arrive for him, and the universe boss just pushed at it. Nothing short, really.
I think digging in is not his cup of tea. I think he needs to go out there and just express himself. Full stop. He gets it wrong when he wants to see the pitch, see the conditions, assess the bowling, and then go hard. Just not Chris Gale.
Running. Last ball. That's the over.
After 6, it's 37 for 2.
Running.
Down the ground for a run, Kumar Sangakkara. It's an excellent way to get going.
Running.
Oh, yes, buddy. Lovely bowling, lovely bowling.
Keeping it simple, bowling within the stumps, not spinning a lot, but he seems to be disciplined and accurate, and seems to have a good, strong temperament as well. Not easy
Oh,
to be
yes,
bowling
buddy.
at this
Yes,
level
buddy.
with so much of ease and confidence.
156 in the first game was chased down easily. Post-match, Misbah said 20 light. So you're looking at 170.
Ahmad.
But with this
Yeah,
start
Ahmad, come on.
and with this bowling attack and just
Leg up.
2 wickets pegging them back,
Back, please.
I think they'll have to bat really well to get to 170.
Come on, Ahmad.
Last ball. Running. Last ball.
Very good start.
That's you.
Just 5 runs in that over, and it's 42 for 2.
Go break.
Kings gang, led by the owner Salman Iqbal. Need a bit of a push. 8 from 12 is Babar Azam. Steady start, and Sangakkara going at a strike rate of 100.
Well, against Lahore, the Qalandars, Zulfikar was attacked by Brendan McCullum and by Jason Roy, but he stuck at it, and I think he bowled his 4 straight off, which was, I thought, was a little bit of a surprise. He went for about 25 in his first 2, but they stuck at it. Don't think they hold him back. I think he likes to get through his 4 at the top of the order. What is he, 37, 38 these days? Zulfikar?
I think so, yeah. That's excellent work in the field. You got to do that. The pressure is on Karachi Kings. They need to find the gaps. Sangakkara is keen on just rotating the strike. He'll do that early in the innings. So you got to read the mind of the batsman, what he wants to do.
I feel they could have tinkered with the batting order a bit. I'd like to know your thoughts on it. Both of these, Sangakkara and Babar Azam, they bat in a similar sort of fashion, so similar strike rates. Maybe a promotion for Shoaib Malik.
See, I asked this question to Mickey Arthur, in fact. Would you believe it? And he said that they were 2 games away from getting the rhythm and everything back together, because Chris Gale is a little hesitant, and Sangakkara obviously is not a regular in this circuit. He did play and couldn't perform. He was keen that this combination will deliver. Even a Pollard inclusion at this stage would hurt a lot. Just change the gallop a little. 46 for 2.
You should look at that batting lineup with Pollard at 7. He does go low down the order with Mumbai Indians in the IPL. I'd like to see him going a little bit higher than that, than 7. It's a fantastic view across Dubai from the HBL drone cam. Much cooler day today here in Dubai. Can't bowl there, short and wide, beats the man and brings up the 50.
Yeah, Sarfraz not happy with that effort. It was hit extremely hard, and once that fielder at point was beaten, it was always going to be touch and go for the man in the deep.
Running.
Need to put runs on the board, and plenty of them. This is a very good batting strip. Remains that way for day one. Day two, it gets a bit slower. I think they probably will use this again for tomorrow's game. It's a brand new surface. Ball is coming onto the bat nicely. No sideways movement, hardly any spin. It can box the ball in quite easily, but somehow I think there is clearly hesitancy from Sangakkara, and Babar is going at almost run a ball at this stage. Not enough.
Last ball.
Just 4 boundaries and a 6 in the first 9 overs or so. Just not good enough.
Running. Last ball.
Yeah, well bowled. Very well bowled.
That's yours.
Right, it's 55 for 2 after 9.
Go break. Back at 10. Back in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You're back.
Karachi Kings going at a run rate of 6.11. Right, well, let's go downstairs to Zainab.
The winner of Pepsi Catch a Crore is here with me. सैयद नकवी मेरे साथ इस वक्त मौजूद हैं. सबसे पहले तो ये बताइए कि 1 करोड़ जीतने के बाद फीलिंग क्या होती है?
1 करोड़ आपको पता है बहुत बड़ी रकम है, और हमारे ख़ासतौर पर पाकिस्तान में बेचारे जो गरीब लोग हैं उनके लिए बहुत बड़ी रकम है 1 करोड़ रुपए. लेकिन ये कि मैं खुशनसीब हूँ इस वक्त समझ लें कि, और मेरी वाइफ ने जो है मुझे कल एमरजेंसी में मुझसे कहा कि नहीं आप आइए, वो यहाँ पर मौजूद थी पहले से, तो उन्होंने कहा कि आप आइए, तो मैं कल ही यहाँ पे पहुँचा था लंदन से, तो बस ये आज मैच देखने आए.
अच्छा ये बताइए कि जब आपने कैच पकड़ा, क्या उस वक्त आपकी पोजीशनिंग क्या थी, या क्या सोचा था कि ये बॉल मेरी तरफ आ रही है? उस वक्त क्या सोच रहे थे?
आपको पता है जब इंसान मैच देखने के आता है तो क्रिकेट का क्योंकि शौकीन हूँ मैं, और कोई मैच सोचता हूँ कि भाई ना मिस हो, तो जब मैच देख रहा था तो गेंद के ऊपर ही नज़र होती बॉलिंग पे और बैटिंग पे. कैच जब आ रहा था तो मुझे ये फील हुआ जैसे कि ये कैच वाकई मेरी तरफ आ रहा है, और इसकी हाइट ऐसी है कि मैं उसे कैच कर सकता हूँ. थोड़ा सा आगे था लेकिन मैं ऊपर था, तो मैंने थोड़ा सा अपने आप को बैंड करके नीचे की तरफ करके वो कैच किया और कैच कर लिया.
चले, एंजॉय द मनी, वेल डन.
थैंक यू वेरी मच, सो काइंड ऑफ यू, थैंक यू. और मैं इतना ज़रूर कहना चाहूँगा कि जो हमारे पाकिस्तान के सारे मैचेस हो रहे हैं, सब टीमों को, सब लोगों को ये चाहिए कि यहाँ पर सारी टीमों को सपोर्ट करें. थैंक यू.
चले, बहुत बहुत शुक्रिया.
थैंक यू.
वेरी वेल डन, वेरी वेल डन. अहमद थोड़ा सर्किल से. अहमद
Appeared to be very excited. Wasn't willing to leave the mic. There he goes, that's more like it. Sangakkara hitting his first 6. It's a graceful shot when he hits. It stays hit because everything was so right about that shot. The power behind it, the footwork, the elegance. Glorious 6.
Left arm spin ball turning back into him. Comes down the track and deposited out of the ground. Much needed maximum.
Running.
Yeah, well done, well done. इधर आसन.
Last ball.
शाबाश शाबाश नवाज, शाबाश.
Hit it with the spin.
ये बॉल
Now
अच्छा
that's
करना,
dropped.
ये वाला शाबाश.
It's gone.
थोड़ा बाहर जाना आसान. शाबाश बेटा, शाबाश.
Running. Last ball.
Well done, very well done.
That's you.
Right, 64 for the loss of 2 after 10 overs.
Go break. So that counted now in
Ball-by-ball action, cricketandgif.com. And we're halfway through the overs here. 10 overs gone, and Karachi 65 for 2, searching for their first win of the tournament. They were disappointing game one, only putting on 118. That man there wasn't disappointing. He was the life of the party. Wears his heart on his sleeve. Looks a little bit nervous today, Sir Vivian.
Running.
Oh, a little bit short. He's found the gap, and it's a good boundary.
Yeah, races away. I tell you what, these overs are racing away. I just felt like we were in the seat just moments ago with the opening 5 overs. Suddenly, we're into over 11. Can't bowl there, Zulfi. Disappear time.
Good footwork again. That's what I really enjoyed watching Babar when he was in Australia recently. Not as much during the test matches, but during the one-day series. Footwork was fantastic. And interesting then, Kumar Sangakkara just giving him a little bit of support, just saying, come on, let's run really fast, keep the energy up. Mobile cue selfies going on all over the place. It's the fine sweep, it's beaten short fine, and is this the innings that is going to get Kumar Sangakkara back into some form? He moves to 21 from 16.
Well, it was a bit too full to do this, but not if you're Kumar Sangakkara. Paddle it around the corner, hit it a bit later. Thanks for coming. 4 more, 10 off, 2 to go. Yeah, keep working, buddy.
Fights back, better line, better length.
Yeah, hang time was there, wasn't it? It was so slow. Last one from Zulfikar. Into the 20s, these two. Nice little partnership blooming.
Short again, shouts of catch it, but nowhere near a fielder.
That's you.
And so it'll be a single off the last 11 from it, 75 on the board.
Go break. Now we need to do HBL, VIP box. Yeah. And then we need to do obviously crickets and streaming.
Kings have rectified from their first game. 4 for 12 they were at the power play. They've been so much better today. 2 big overs of 12 in the power play. And they're just building up now in the last 3 overs as well. Partnership now moving to 40 from 33. Pereira taking the pace off once again.
Selfie City. It's everywhere. Yeah, g'day. Enjoy the size of that phone.
Running.
Change of pace again. It's through Pereira in a heartbeat. He's already taken a blinder today. Got the wicket of Gale.
Yeah, it went back quickly, but just as I look at the field that he has set, at least for Sangakkara, I'm not sure it'll be the same for Babar Azam. He's got a short third man, short fine leg, so he doesn't really want to give any width, well, particularly off stump, down the leg side, it's a wide. But he's got his protection down here where that flew past him too quickly. You'd say it's a catch, so his protection is down the ground at mid-wicket and deep extra cover. It's either straight or pace off the ball.
Change of pace once again, and it looks as if just the changes between the day game and the night game, the approach particularly by the bowlers has just shifted a little bit. first game, the bowlers, particularly the pace bowlers, were bowling into the pitch. Looks as if Pereira's just taking the pace off, running his fingers across the seam occasionally.
Running.
Follows him, well bowled.
Sangers, he'll come back for 2 and has to hustle. Gets there quite comfortably in the end, but he had to put the skates on. Good recovery in the field, come in, big KP. And made Sangakkara hustle back for the second.
And Sangakkara set the tone only an over ago, saying to Baba, "You got to get going. Come on, let's really push them." So he's certainly leading from the front. Gives himself some space to Sangakkara. Is it out? It is. Well, the start that he's got after some poor form comes to an end. Pereira once again chipping in with the big wicket. He got Gale. He now has the skipper, Kumar Sangakkara. And the captain, he's still leading from the front because he's saying to the shed, "You want the big man, bring in Pollard." He goes for 25 and scores 79 for 3. How well has he bowled? He's picked up 2 key wickets here for the Gladiators. Best seat in the house there, the HBL box.
Running. Last ball.
Pace off once again.
That's the over. Yeah.
80 for 3.
Go break.
I'll find that.
Need those stats. Yeah, that's right, man. For 3. And I tell you what, the events crowd and people here at the stadium, Mel Jones, have got Ian Bishop's outfit. Bish, this guy is for you because I reckon you'll be able to fit in that. Got a little single here out in the centre, but I tell you what, up here in the comp box, it's all go. I reckon you can fit in that. Big man, what do you reckon?
A little bit shorter than I thought, but he's as wide as he is tall.
Jeez. 6-pack. Come in, buddy. Do you want to come in? Come in and join Bish. Yeah, I reckon you fit the look. It's there. It's made for you. Get into the seat, bro. Hop in there. That's it. Jump in. Get in there. I know you're strong and solid. You don't bite me. Sit down. Brilliant. Bish, what do you reckon? Here you go. Carving it to pieces.
It's a good commentator, that fellow. Less is more.
शाबाश जुल्फी भाई शाबाश
Running.
ये आजा स्लिप में असद शाबाश जुल्फी भाई इसको डॉट होनी चाहिए इसको शाबाश
I've got him. I think I've got him.
Bish, I think you've got him. I think you do. That's all the gym work.
Yeah, I think they need some muscle out in the middle there as well. I think the Karachi Kings really do need to get things kicking over the last 6 overs or so, as Sangakkara went not that long ago.
Well, good footwork again. There's going to be coverage on the boundary.
Last one.
Well, we're going to say thank you very much for coming up to see us here, Gladiator. Fantastic to also see that Ian Bishop has bigger muscles than you. We'll be talking about this for many days to come.
Running. Last ball.
And it'll be a single to finish off a very entertaining over. That's 6 from it, and it's 86 for 3.
Go break.
Okay. Asad स्लिप में asad स्लिप में
Last over, the 13th, just 6 singles coming from it. And it looks as if Jamal Mills is now going to come back on. See if he can follow that over up. Good crowd coming in to support the Gladiators. And nice to see also that Karen Pollard has a spare stump so he can mark... Sorry, spare bail. It's a very small stump, isn't it? Spare bail to come out and mark guard.
Running.
Well worked. He had a slight little run-in with the umpires the other day because he wasn't allowed to use the bails that are on the stumps at the moment because they're the light-up stumps. Didn't want to break those. So he's come prepared today.
Yeah, it's something I asked Kumar Sangakkara at the post-match ceremony last night, because Pollard had a quick-fire innings towards the end of their match one where they scored 118. I asked him if Pollard maybe thought about bringing him in earlier, and he wasn't very forthcoming, Sangakkara, but he recognizes that Pollard's striking the ball nicely. Not guaranteed that he'll score today. I think it's a good move given that they need some impetus in the innings. In theory, may not come off.
I like the way you said in theory there, Bish, because I've got a bit of Arsenal here and he's on now. And that's Mills. Because anything whistling around the ears or around the grill, difficult for anyone, let alone Pollard, who's not the greatest in terms of playing pull shots and hook shots. So hence Mills back into the attack from Sarfraz.
Running.
Excellent, excellent call.
Just also goes to show that the captain out in the middle isn't just captaining while they're fielding, also when batting. Right, okay, I'm out. What's the next best move? Next best move is to bring that man in, Corin Pollard.
But it's such an asset for Mills as well when he's bowling at 140, 45 flicks. Anyone who bowls at that pace, and then they've got a slower ball that drops down to 110, 115, really messes up your stroke play.
Running.
Oh, it's in the air, one bounce. He's doing some good work here, Mills.
Yeah, his stock ball on the left of screen and then the slow ball out of the back of the hand. And you can go back to Merv Hughes, the former Australian fast bowler, Steve Waugh, Mark Waugh, who bowled that back of the arm slow ball. So it's not a new phenomenon. It has been around since the mid-80s, late 80s. It's just been so many variations of slower balls in the modern game, in addition to that one.
Oh, if he hits. Oh. And I suppose with the slower ball, it's what suits you, isn't it? We look at Dwayne Bravo. He doesn't bowl out of the back of the hand, but he's certainly got enough of them to make a difference.
Yeah, I actually tried this one, having watched Mark and Steve and Merv do it back in the day, and nearly rinsed my shoulder out. You've really got to be supple, and not only just letting it go, but letting it go and landing it on the correct length is a phenomenal skill from Timal Mills.
Running last one.
Some width and not put away. Two very good overs on the trot. Just one coming from that Mills over. 3 down for 87.
Go break. No, after this over. Pakistan right for a minute break. 10 forward.
Batting order of starts so far. 19 to Shazeb and Gale a start again, but not going on.
15.
Gladiators have done exceptionally well in the last 2 overs, just 7 runs coming from it. So now the pressure being put back onto the Karachi Kings here to get this foundation they've got at the moment really pushing on onwards and upwards. Lars with his left arm tweakers. Some he giving himself Pollard a lot of space, a long way back.
Holy schmoly! Has he got hold of this? Put on your helmets up there in the second tier, because Pollard is here. Oh yeah. Sheer brute force from KP of the KKs.
Sheer muscle, wasn't it? Wasn't a half volley at all. It was well and truly on the rise. He just stayed with the shot, hit it beautifully. Pressure now back on Nawaz.
Running.
Flatter, quicker, and it's gone just as quick to the boundary. Well, after 2 very good overs for the Gladiators, Corin Pollard said enough is enough, and he's on the charge.
Yeah, on the charge with the cool and cool downtown. Get out the way, Babar Azam. Watch out, because Pollard is on the charge. Sarfraz. Positivities for his bowler. Get back in the over, he says. 10 off 2.
Long on and long off. Just coming slightly straighter. And joining deep backward square and mid-wicket and cover on the boundary. He's gone straight again, but that position has picked it out beautifully. It's Kevin Peterson on the boundary. Pollard's tried to go one more time, too many. And Nawaz has fought back beautifully. The over started with a 6, then a 4, and then the big wicket of Pollard. KP for the Kings departs for 14 off 7. Karachi Kings are 3 shy of 140. Nawaz has 3 more deliveries in his successful over so far, and I say successful because he's picked up Corin Pollard He got a little bit of tap early, went for a 6 and a 4, then got the wicket. It means that Shoaib Malik now comes to the crease. Healthy average, 25. Batted well the other night. Can he back it up tonight? Well, he certainly can if he keeps going like that. If you don't mind, very first ball, biggest 6 of the night.
Shoaib, what did you have for dinner tonight? Slick 100 up for the team. We were just saying off air in the strategic timeout, here's a guy that likes to get a sighter, work his way in, take his time. Well, hello. How's the strike rate, folks? It's 600 and some.
But you were the one that said there have to be batsmen that have to be adaptable to different positions of the game, even if he favors taking his time to get in. There may be a match like this one where he has to come in and from the wood go have a dip.
Well, we've seen it in the Caribbean Premier League, haven't we, Bish?
Last one.
And he's done it there for the Tridents in Barbados. He is very adaptable, almost could nickname him the chameleon. He is a heck of a talent, is Shoaib Malik.
Running. Last one.
Nicely worked to the onside for 1. 5 overs to go here. A score of 150 is on the cards if they can keep going. 105 for 4.
Go break.
It was business as usual, except that 4 wickets didn't go down in the first 4 or 5 overs, but it's once again been a dismal performance with the bat on a good pitch. 105 for the loss of 4.
Back in 10.
The run rate is 7.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Everyone's back. Cue.
Nawaz has been expensive, going at over 13 and over. Anwar Ali coming back on again. Economy of 8.5. Yeah, I didn't catch it in the middle of the bat. And Kevin Peterson took it calmly, easily. Watched the ball come and melt in his palm. Gladiators once again putting up a very fine show here. They don't seem to have great marquee players as such, but they seem to get the job done.
Running.
Agree with that statement wholeheartedly. They seem to find a way to win games. And with their owner as well, he stressed on the point that he runs a lot of cricket in Karachi. So these boys, Anwar Ali, Sarfraz, they've played a lot together. So the basic core of the team is the same. So these are players who've grown up together. So the team spirit is very much there. And they, although underrated, they seem to perform impeccably well.
Running.
On the pads and a flick into the gap. Wrong line from Anwar Ali. But you tend to do that when somebody of Shoaib Malik's caliber is batting against you, because he's got so many options as a strike force that you tend to become just a little bit negative and lose the plot.
Ball by ball.
For ball by ball action, I can't pronounce what is written underneath that. Visit Crick in GIF, I think.
Gateway running.
And you know this. viewers in Pakistan. I'm sure you'll all be locked on to this website. That's a proper tennis forehand, that last shot. Alright, cricketgateway.com. Watch the game live for international viewers. cricketgateway.com. Yeah, that's how he started the other day, with a straight drive, then a pull.
10 on this. 8.
Then down the ground 6.
4, 3.
Then a smash over covers.
Last ball.
Babar Azam has played a lot of deliveries, 34 for just 30, and he needs to crank it up a bit. Can't afford to go at that pace in the last part of the innings. Need a 4 or a 6 from him very soon. Inside edge, that'll do the job nicely. Must be frustrating for the bowler, but batsman will take it. 114 for the loss of 4. So what are we looking at? Karachi Kings projected score 9 over 150, 11 158. Going at 7.13. So got to aim between 9 and 11 and over.
Well, Barber's got the foundation here. He's got to find a couple of extra gears very quickly. He's faced 34 balls. He's hit just 2 boundaries. So he's got to find something a little bit through the gearbox now. It's been in 2nd or 3rd gear. He's got to find 5th and 6th quickly.
There's your wish, Wilco. He's found the 5th gear. Now maybe the 6th gear. On the pads, a low full toss put away very nicely by settled Babar Azam.
Yeah, Baba, shabash, Baba, shabash. Some more of those on Rambo.
Become a Desi Gora.
The Desi Gora.
Running.
Desi Gora.
Be ready for Pepsi Catch a Crore. We already had 1 entry made today.
Rambo,
yes.
Samjal, please. Samjal.
Oh, what I said?
Yes.
Desi is like rustic.
Silver.
Silver. Fox. Gora is Gora. Gora is
I know what a Gora.
Yeah, you know what a Gora is.
Desi Gora. Need a few 6s to go into the stands to get our chaps onto the Catch a Crore, the Pepsi competition.
Pereira from round the wicket is basically just blowing slow deliveries. Back of the hand, front of the hand, but no pace on the ball. Still have batsmen in the hutch, but you need somebody to come in and just go from ball 1. Imad Wasim could do that.
Running.
Two challenging the outfielder, throw on the bounce, misses the target. Very good running, desperate running from the pair.
Riley Rousseau scored 60 in the first match for Quetta against Lahore yesterday. Good running this. This throw needed to be just a little bit short in the stumps. You either take it on the after the first bounce.
There's a straight drive. Kevin Peterson gets around that one very easily, leisurely almost.
Good finish, man, good finish.
I would think, Rambo, he's not going to play the same shot that we saw from KP yesterday.
Right, Babar Azam 1,000 runs in T20s, 37th match. So he's progressing, but he just needs to lift his run rate if he is to become a good T20 player. Yeah, KP was rather disappointing in the last game. Nothing disappointing about this one, or is it? Yes, taken in the deep. He's out. Didn't connect it properly, Shoaib Malik, but he had to really go for broke. Mohammad Nawaz is the fielder who has taken a good catch. Shoaib Malik could have been extremely dangerous for them, but he's gone. Had no option but to hit the ball hard after scoring 15, 8 balls, 1, 2, 3 for 5 Kings. You've got to admire that view. Every time it is visible, you just are in awe of it. HBL drone cam is presenting that spectacular picture. Right, who is in next? Ravi Bopara is in. I'm sure he'll be up for a few fireworks. Shortened the length, slow delivery, deceived him with the length.
Went for the Yorker, toe end off the bat, Shoaib Malik. That's why it didn't really go anywhere. Nawaz easily underneath that. Was eyeing that mid-wicket fence. He fancies clearing it all the time.
Another play and miss. Kings can't afford this. Needs to get going. Ravi Bopara had a wonderful season with them last year. Bowled well, batted beautifully, captained them also in the last part of the tournament. Declared player of the tournament.
Just seems that all throughout this innings, Karachi Kings have been behind the 8 ball.
I think they've got to do something with the batting order. It's as simple as that. Sangakkara is not in 6 hitting form, and Chris Gale has looked out of touch. Fine leg was brought in, and he has bowled a bad delivery. It's just not done.
It's gone for that slower bouncer, and all Bopara had to do is get it past short fine leg. And he's done exactly that, and it's easy pickings for a guy of Bopara's class.
Slow bouncer, like that term. Used to be called a long hop. Bowler I mean, he almost bruised his toes bowling it. It was so short. It was like a hit-me ball.
Yeah, we get the point, Wilco, that you didn't like it. It's a single. Babar Azam has to fire now, otherwise it will be too late for him to get this total propelled to 150.
Rabbi, you bowled little sort of dibbly-dobblers, didn't you?
In my dreams. Yeah, I mean, as a decent mid bowler, yeah, at times leg spin, at times bit of reverse. Now, obviously Wilco doesn't like this line. He's not happy. We're not happy as well.
Babar Azam would be happy though.
Who have we got there? Somebody's been crushed in there. Let's see who's under that massive helmet. He's one of us. Somehow he's got to get it off for people to see who the culprit is. Doesn't time it to perfection. They're coming back for the second and just makes his ground in time.
Excellent running.
It's 134 for the loss of 5.
Running.
Deliberately only a single, but this is, folks, this is more interesting than what you're seeing. Here he comes. His head is being dissolved. Evaporated.
Danny Morrison, Bargle.
Babar has hit a 6 in the meantime and has pushed himself to 50. Here it comes, Sikh motor oil truck firing away.
Danny's in the truck. Get him out of the ground.
Took a long time coming, this 6. Set up very nicely and hit it sweetly.
Running.
Non-striker's end. He's not been able to collect the ball again. He's appealing for it. Oh, I think it's gone. I think Babar Azam gave himself out. I'm not too sure whether he's out or not. Whether the ball was in the hands when the stumps were broken, but anyways, he's walking back. So given out. Run out for 50. It's 1-4-1 for 6.
Stream and PSL. Yeah. Stand by to crash. One batsman is crash running.
Ravi Pupara drives the ball and into the gap. What a classic piece of batting from him. Came down the crease and found the angle. All right, this was the run out there. And yeah, I think he's done well. Thisara Pereira had the ball in his hands when the zingers were off.
Running.
Yeah, very good pickup, and and run out in the end. Another chance, but the throw was wayward, so you've got to be more vigilant than that. Get rid of the ball quickly and feel well under pressure. This is pressure now. Kings looking for every possibility to rotate the strike, if not hit a 4 or a 6.
Running. Last ball.
Oh, what a shot that is. Wristy and classical once again from Ravi Bopara. 17 runs from the over. 150 is raised. It's 151 for the loss of 6.
We need one Brown Magic, one Pepsi, one extra.
Sorry. Yeah.
15.
Get off that.
10. Back in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Yeah, back. Here comes.
Yeah, a bit of recovery there. Karachi Kings reaching 150. Imad Wasim yet to face a delivery. He's on strike and he can strike them big as well.
Running.
There's that drive. Ravi Bopara was halfway through when that ball was being collected by the fielder at mid-off. He wanted the strike badly.
Need to be in good form in T20 cricket as the batsman, and maybe Karachi Kings just missed a trick. Maybe a promotion for Shoaib Malik or even Bopara, who batted well in that last game. They are getting a decent target on, but still just feel that maybe they would have gone harder a little earlier.
That's taken safely by Zulfikar Baba. Ravi Bopara could have hurt them more, but it's a precious wicket and a very good catch. A wicket at any stage is welcome, especially if you are the in-form batsman, and Ravi Bopara in the last over played wonderfully, gone for 16. It's 152 for the loss of 7. Sohail Khan is in, the next man for the Kings. Can hit the ball hard, Sohail Khan, and I'm sure he'll be warming up to the task. How many balls left here? 4 to go. Only be a single. So Ravi Bopara was shaping up so nicely. Pulled this one straight down the throat of the fielder at fine leg, made room, wanted to maybe hit it through the offside, then got a little stumped by the line and length. And well bowled Mills. I think he got the better of the batsman, out-fought him.
He's got good pace and that back of the hand slow one. Just the ideal T20 bowler.
Running.
Oh, almost a stunning catch. Really was an excellent effort. That's a Shafiq there. At point that was slashed extremely hard. He's become a really good fielder now as a Shafiq. Very fit and agile, and have a look at that one here. Airborne and almost taking a splendid, stunning catch.
But once you go length, the batsman always, with that length, will have some leeway to hit the ball, and Imad Wasim can hit the ball.
It's that ball again, there's no pace on it whatsoever. He does have a tremendous set of skills, Timal Mills. 158 for 7, you feel that it's not quite enough. Got the Pepsi catch a craw. If you're standing in the crowd with a decent pair of hands and you catch the ball coming your way, you stand a chance of a share of $100,000 from Pepsi. 100,000 divided amongst the catches, the successful catches.
Well, they can definitely catch a Danny and they can keep him forever, for life. Another slow delivery. Just messes up the timing completely. Second run, will they be able to handle this? Gone. Sarfraz has whipped the bails off with time to spare.
Whipped them off, he's destroyed them. Oh. Yes, and good fielding there at the end, but the innings finishes. Karachi Kings, is it enough? 159 for 8.
Trying to steal an extra run. The non-striker was at a handshaking distance, and then Sohail Khan had to hurry, and there's Sarfraz there. Time to spare, getting rid of the batsman. Another good piece of fielding, another run out, and so they'd be pretty happy. This obviously is not a match-winning score, but they've got runs on the board. Karachi Kings need to field, need to bowl well, and hope that Gladiators would make a mistake or two and make it an interesting challenge. But keeping in mind the pitch conditions, shouldn't be a tough ask for the Gladiators.
Around the globe a bit.
And facilitates.
And everyone else outside.
Up against his countryman, Muhammad Amir, coming from the Sports City end. If you like, the pavilion end, players get changed, and the broadcasting end here at this fabulous stadium. Bit of ball-by-ball action. Yeah, get into cricketgift.com. 2 slips in.
Running.
And it's going to be Shafiq to face the music. Oh, solid immediately. So 8s from the get-go.
Take a bow, Papara as well. Fabulous bit of fielding. They're going to have to field exceptionally well. You can either watch it here with us at the moment, or if you're in Pakistan, you can watch through cricketgateway.pk or pslT20.com. And everyone else outside of Pakistan, international viewers through cricketgateway.com.
Running.
Oh, a bit of width and no swing. Only swing off the blade. First runs are a boundary. And immediately the bowler wants to change with the field.
Brilliant dive to the right on the first delivery from Bapara. Cannot dive to the left and save this one, though. Fantastic adjustment on the shot. Just waited for it a fraction longer. Hit it closer to his back leg, which opened up the squarer side of the field.
Yeah, so he says, look, let's take a slip out. Mate, come on, back yourself, Amir. Tell you what, you get that radar right. Handful, this lefty. There's a change up, beautiful. That's better. So just the one slip with Gale. Pack that offside. Selfies galore. And the Pepsi Catch-a-Craw. 6 into the stands. Bit of money up for grabs just quietly. Little 100K. Courtesy of Pepsi. Seen a couple of good catches already in this first weekend of the Pepsi Catch-a-Craw. PSL. Have to reload that one.
Decent seam position, 2 balls ago. But didn't swing a lot compared to yesterday evening, and it's amazing as to whether it's a different ball that doesn't work, maybe climatic conditions are a little cooler, doesn't facilitate swing, or it's amazing how it changes.
You're right, I know. And I'm speaking to 2 guys that probably had the pick of the balls out of the box at the start of games, but you look for, when red ball cricket, the colour, generally a deeper cherry colour, but the seam positioning as well. Is it a prominent seam on the ball? You typically like to have that early?
Different from the man on our left, Mel Jones, because he had big hands. Particularly for me, I know with wee digits, hobbit hands, I wanted something very small, so I used to go right through the whole box to find the smallest pill I could find. So, yeah, it was important. And you'd stand there, you'd pick them out of the box, you'd flick them up with your wrist and see how it came out, and a nice little proud green seam on the white ball, as opposed to the red cherry, as you mentioned, Mel. But yeah, used to get in a bit of trouble sometimes. I don't know about you, Bish, but with a lot of the white balls into a box, swapping a few from a different box, your own practice balls.
Yeah, well, wrist position is critical after you found the right ball that suits you. And I just walked past Mohamed Amir before the start of the game, and he was talking about his wrist position and how proud he is of the adjustment he's made with his wrist position over the last few months. And Pakistan fans would have heard Waqar and 1 or 2 other Pakistanis talking about his improved wrist position.
There's some swing. He's got the length right.
That's
1 done, 6 for none.
Go break.
HBL VIP box, and aren't they loving it? Competition winners.
Another 24 bucks.
It is a great little posse to be in. Wonderful seat for those folks in the VIP box.
Great little profile piece on Ahmad Wazim before the game today.
2, 1.
Talking about his development both with bat and ball. Good opportunity to see what he can do tonight.
Not the start he was wanting anyway, Mel. So yeah, he is very, very competitive nature from this guy. Seen him around the globe a bit. Backs himself. Does like bowling with the new ball, left arm orthodox, doesn't mind it.
It's probably more finger ball with the new ball rather than orthodox spin. He tries to keep the seam upright a lot of the time, not every time, and bowls wicket to wicket.
It bowls that sort of stuff. Batsmen come down and then they're suddenly deceived in the flight. It's a nice bit of control. You feel better than the wide. Yeah, cramping. Shafiq.
It's almost saying that these days we've got the leg spin and off spin from sort of your one-day cricket and your test cricket, but these days there's a spinner and off spinner. You've got the finger spin. There's not a lot of revolutions going on in that ball in your typical sense, is there?
It's just a drifter that he bowls, a finger ball. It's like an all-arm ball, all-time arm ball. Remember back in the day, back in the 80s, the off-spinners used to bowl with the seam upright and it just drifted in for the right hand, and that's what Imad Wasim bowled a lot in the Caribbean this year and against the West Indies here last year when they toured.
Yeah, heck of a skill, isn't it, for a spinner to start. And a little clip. Yeah, that's why in international cricket, Pakistan have missed Muhammad Hafiz in terms of white ball cricket starting off, because of all the right-arm off-spinners being under the microscope in recent times. Who do you think will win the match? Get on and tweet away at the PSL T20. So little changes in the field here because Shafiq is back on strike. Bowler and Kumar Sangakkara, discussions and tweak of the field.
Running.
Come on.
Bowling.
See, this style of spin bowling isn't really taught as much in England, Australia, New Zealand, South Africa. We're more sort of more traditional. Get your fingers up and over the spin ball, get some good revolutions on it, pivot on your front foot, all those sorts of things. Doesn't always work. So it's interesting, the two different ways in which two different styles of areas or countries go about things. And I think probably because in the subcontinent you typically get turn off the pitch anyway, so you don't have to try and get it out of your action as much.
Running. Last ball.
A little shimmy and a little flick as well. Shafiq. Cool and cool boundary to finish the second over. 13 without loss. Asked to bat first, the Kings. They mustered 159 for 8, courtesy of Babar Azam. That half century was the mainstay. Captain got 25. He's looking good too. So Pereira 3, Mills got a couple. Nawaz got on the list as well. So Sanger's just lining things up. You get the helmet out the way. Don't want that being hit after a delivery. So we're going to have a bit of Sahel. A man with just one, so he's swapping this around like this, and maybe Muhammad Air just didn't feel quite right. Bowled well from this end last night, but maybe just changes up, swaps ends, or comes back in an over or two. And there's a lovely stroke to get things underway in over number 3.
Well, I like that. Hit it at the top of the rise. It's really well balanced. Sets himself early. Not a lot of foot movement across to the line of the ball, but good hand-eye.
Just looking at the seam position as that ball down says to me that conditions are not suiting recouping swing for some reason, or maybe the ball just isn't doing as much, because I see no change in the seam position from what I saw them swinging it a lot last night. Wrist positions are still good, just not swinging as much.
Catch! Oh, Pereira got rid of Gale like that in the first innings. Well, you pitch gurus and weather legends, maybe it's just a bit too cold tonight, Dish. Don't know, it's simple as that. Funny old game, isn't it? All the permutations or the variables about cricket. Pitch, the ball, the guy's release, where he releases on the crease, his action, humidity, lack of humidity, too cold. On the charge. Love this game. I reckon that's gone all the way. Maximum, thank you, Alim Dar.
Well, just 24 hours difference, isn't it? Swinging around out of the hand yesterday, and now it's just swinging off the bat all the way to the boundary. No movement. Look at the confidence. Meeting the ball early. And it's a safe shot.
Yeah, I wonder whether the Gladiators talked about this tonight before they came out to bat here, is to say, hey, we might have to be a bit more aggressive against these guys and throw them off their lengths, because it might be shaping as it did last night. Not seeing that. And evidence tonight so far with Sohail with a few deliveries and Muhammad Amir. Nothing like last night in terms of swing. Catch, catch, and catch them all. Get into the Pepsi Catch a Crow and be part of the winnings.
Running.
And first one down, you betcha. Pollard silences the crowd. First one down with a bit of bounce, and bowler gave him the stare as well. Shazar goes for just 11, 20, 3 for 1 here. Dignitaries up in the boxes. Chairman's suite. Yeah, there's the bounce. He was back and across.
Last ball.
Now, Pollard's never going to drop those, but it's more of it into the pitch length. Don't worry about the swing. It's about the seam and the bounce. Easy pickings for KP of the Kings, that is.
Running.
Still just the one slip. Here's the other KP, who's not quite ready. Got a couple of fiends down there playing in front of the side screen. Ah, funny that. It's a cricket match on, isn't there? Yeah, wonderful view down the ground. I wonder if that's one of the drone pilots. Met one of them, Irishman out the back. Oh, here we go. Yeah, liked it a lot. Nice little stare as a send-off. Don't need to say anything, just the glare. How's it carried? Oh, he's not sure. They're going to come across here. I think we'll get a soft signal and have to go upstairs. for the TV umpire to make a decision. Review. So let's have a review. Soft signal. What does he think? Originally, not out. Yeah. Alim Dar says, I don't think it is. Rickshaw review. We'll go through the process. Let's have a look at the front foot. Oh, miles back. Miles back from Sahel. Wide of the crease. Healthy edge from Peterson's blade. And, oh yes, got the fingers underneath. Let's keep looking at, oh yeah, nothing wrong with that, Sangers. You've still got it, buddy. Agility moving forward, they're never easy for keepers, particularly when you're nearly 40 years young. Great effort.
Well, he looked in doubt, Sangakkara, initially when he took it. He stood up and he was almost going to signal to the umpire. I thought, I'm not sure. But he's caught it very well. That's a big wicket. Peterson goes for a blub. 23 to 2, and it's hatched.
Gale and 3.
Big moment in match 5, HBL PSL for 2017. Time for Riley Rousseau out of the Rainbow Nation. Young South African. He's become a Colpack player, signed the deal. Spent a bit of time in the UK. Oh, straight, beautifully played. There is protection in the form of Pollard. But Shafiq, he wants to be positive against Ahmad Wazim. Wide of the crease, like this a lot. Great seam presentation, and he was on the move, so he wasn't stable. Peterson, he wanted to be positive, he wanted to go forward, but in a way he was never really there to the pitch of the ball. Got the edge. Sangakkara not sure initially, but a healthy edge from that rhinoceros bat of his. Not sure, but hey, review said yeah, confirmed. He got the gloves, the fingertips underneath it. Did the captain. Russo can't get underway straight away.
We've seen some great catches already in this tournament. Darren Sammy being the pick of the bunch, but that catch by Sangakkara as a keeper coming forward, you mentioned it, Danny, very difficult, particularly when the ball's dying. Keepers generally move laterally. So all of a sudden, when you're thinking you're going to move left or right, and all of a sudden you've got to move forward. Complete change in body movement, and he's done it superbly well.
I'm going to pull your legs, Mill. I think we've seen a lot of good catches and one great catch.
But stop it.
Such a party pooper.
Well, when you're 6'6", built like a Greek god, you can. A little bit of tension there. Pensive looks from Moin Khan. Safraz, the captain of the Gladiators. Just a couple of big fish straight away. Oh, right Charlie Rousseau says, I want a piece of you, Ahmad wasn't. Yeah, give him a serve, Chief. Tell him what you think. And dignitaries galore. Owners and important men of the game. Pakistan Super League. Straight up. Who wants it? God, it's gone all the way. The rope is in, but it's a maximum. Didn't get all of it. Yeah, the bowler can be rueful about it. It ends the over. 4 bowled, 30 for 2. Hat-trick ball. Jeez, he's looked in command here, Shafiq, isn't he? I mean, he's not racing away with the score, but he's playing some shots and he's found the field. Here's the top edge. I thought was going to be gobbled on the boundary. Shoaib Malik, yeah, he did his best, but he was well over the boundary line, the boundary cushion. It was in substantially. Still a big boundary, folks. Malik gets it this time. He was over the rope in the previous over, but now he's at backward point. Qatar Airways, high-flying catch, you better believe it. This was travelling. Shafiq has to go for just 11 as well. 30 for 3 now.
They do cloud seeding for some reason.